Simon,
What's up?
can you pass me a plastic bag for garbage and a couple of Metro bags or something to store a few things while I'm
So
organizing?
you need a big black garbage bag?
Yeah, I might as well. Please. Morning, Terry. Hi, Jean. Good morning. Good morning, Gail. Good morning, Christy. Good to see you. Hi, Brenda. Good to see you, my friend. How have you been? How are you and the kids? So good to see you as well, Terry. I miss you lots, my smoking buddies. Hi, Bridget and Cheryl. Good to see you, my friend. Hi, Lori. Good to see you. So you guys are going to be seeing this shirt a lot. I promise I changed today. This sweatshirt, I'm turning it into my art shirt. I get it's way too big for me now, so it's just one I wear around the house. I'm just going to be calling it my art shirt. So hope maybe eventually it'll get some paint on it. Hopefully everybody's doing well today. I feel good. I'm wide awake. Hi, Debbie Bruni. Good to see you. What's happening? So far, just turned my camera on. Simon's getting me a garbage bag and some other things so I can organize. So yesterday, after I got off live, I watched Janet for a while, and the entire time, so I spent over 2 hours. Thank you. But did you get? I need some, just two like reusable bags,
Oh,
please. So I'm just getting a garbage bag over here. Hey, Anne. Good morning. Me too, Brenda. So I was watching Janet. I cleaned off my table. Now it's hard to see because I have these jelly prints I have to sort today. But when I say I cleaned off my table, my friends, I mean I took everything off. I wiped it down. I dusted everything, including my camera. So it's going to be in a weird position right now. Yeah, there were some spots on my camera. I'm surprised it focused on anything. Thank you. All right. Simon, give me some stuff over here so I can sort. So I cleaned off my desk. Like before, I've cleaned, when we say, okay, clean off your desk, and it's like I shuffle piles. I just put one, I'm a piler, right? I pile it here, pile it there. You guys know I'm a piler. Um, so I shuffle piles, but yesterday, like, I mean, I just worked a section of section, and behind that way to the left of me, where my computer is when I stream, behind that's like a little bookshelf sitting on my table here. So I cleaned all that off, wiped it all down. Be proud of myself. I mean, that's all I can do. Right? Hi, Kimberly. Good to see you. Good morning. Let's see. It's so hard. Like when I was watching Janet yesterday, so YouTube Creator Studio is in black, dark mode. I can't see. It's so hard for me to see chat. But then when I watch other people stream, it's white. I can't figure it out. I'm still not tagging my friends. Hi, Joyceage. Good to see you. Pile shuffler. Yeah, Simon in the background. It's been wonderful. During the social distancing and all this stuff, there's a lot of people are having a lot of problems and that. But for Simon and I, we get along so well. It's been great. For me, as an introvert, um, like you guys remember, I was so depressed before I started at my job that I didn't even leave the house for a month. Not even out leave the house for a month. But for me, like right now, I'm happy. I haven't left the house in 2.5 weeks, maybe 3. I feel great, but I'm an introvert. I like being at home. This is like ideal for me. I can just, I've got my own little world going on here. Maybe that's not good. Morning, Kathy. Hope that didn't me. Good morning, Gail. So we're blessed. We're blessed that we get along and and everything's good. So all right. So I cleaned off my desk. I still got a little bit of whatever. These were the books that were holding up my camera, the way my camera is sitting. I mean, remember this Journal Bliss by Violette Clark. Remember that time she came to our stream? Oh, that was fun. And this, because it was such a big. Okay, yeah, my camera is way off now. Hold the fort. Oh, okay. I don't know. We're gonna have problems. I'm gonna have to lift it up. So this was I haven't looked at this book in a long time because it was holding my camera. Yeah, my camera now. After I cleaned it yesterday, oh boy, it's gonna have to go higher. This bad news. Yeah, I've got to do that too, Lori. There's other things. I've been experiencing other symptoms. Um, there's some I definitely anyway, I won't go into that. It's not I want to talk anything about that today. Uh, and I found this book. This was also holding up my my camera, the tripod, or balancing the tripod, shall we say. Manolo's New Shoes, drawing by Manolo Blahnik. But look at these watercolor drawings in this bad boy. Look. So I haven't looked at this book in years. But I remember buying it and just absolutely. Look at the Vogue. Condé Nast publication. This is just pure eye candy. This is not a. This particular book is not instructional. I mean, maybe some people. I mean, how could you? It's all watercolors, and it's loose. And excuse me while I look at it a little closer myself. The I guess there is some little history about him. Vanity Fair. But how fun is this? His loose style. I mean, you can just see like the loose graphite drawing and then coloring it in the watercolor. But look at how much color inspiration we can get out of this book. Look at that patchwork, pattern work, urban shoes. I haven't looked at this book in a long time. Good morning, Artful Dabbler. This book was look at just the toes. Modernist. That's some high heels, my friends. That is some high heels. Christmas. Look at this bad boy. Excuse me while I. And if you look, let me see if we can get close on this. I'm pretty shaky this morning. I've had some coffee. Look at the loose drawing. I'm sorry, I'm shaky, guys. Do you see like he's got? It's just so loose. It's wonderful. Can you imagine some shoes like that? 6-inch heels. So this book, I got it at Chapters or something. It was only $8. It was on clearance. It's always so good to. I don't know when this was published. The bones. Africa. Oh, this one. Oh, he's actually got the toes in this bun. Anyways, they're definitely not work shoes. Not work safe. Yeah. So neurology. We're talking about that. So if I'm honest with myself, my feet have been numb for a very long time. Um, and I'd say about a month ago, just my like last week of work that I worked, one day after the weekend, I started walking to work and my right foot, I felt like my shoe was coming off. So I like stopped and I'm like, I tied my shoe. Like it felt like when you run with sandals. And I'm like, this is weird. So I stopped, I tied my shoe and I kept walking and I'm like, no, my foot is not right. Like I felt like I couldn't walk. Long story short, after a couple things, I actually thought I was having a stroke. Um, but I definitely have drop foot is what, you know, I've figured out. I can't put, like I'm standing right now, I can't put pressure, especially on my right heel. Now, I'm thinking I have some type of nerve damage. I have lost so much weight, guys. I'm um still very thin. I'm still uh at the smallest weight, and unfortunately though, my smallest weight now compared to when, a couple years ago when I was doing the whole fitness stuff, is that I probably lost 15 or 20 pounds of muscle. So even though I'm lighter, I've lost that muscle. So literally, my butt is bony. It's just like skin and bones. Like I have a lot of loose skin. Obviously, I was really heavy, right? 100 pounds heavier. So for a long time of my life. So I think the nerves, like I've been sitting on my butt. I think I have some type of pinched nerve, which has now traveled down my leg. But I've got to call telehealth. Um, but if I'm honest with myself, whatever catalyst that day caused me to when I was walking and I couldn't, move my right foot properly. But if I think back and I'm honest with myself, my feet, like any day I'd start walking to work and I'm like, oh, my feet are numb. But I don't know, maybe they need to be warmed up. Or maybe it was because I broke my right foot and my left ankle and who knows, nerve damage, whatever, whatever. But yeah, there's something. I'm thinking it's a nerve. Let's hope it's nothing more neurology. I can't even say neurology. Never mind going into it. But it's just non-sweet love and goodness. So I try not to think about it. But let me tell you, I have never been. That was super super scary. When you want to work, when you not work, walk, and you can't. So I can't walk fast because when I'm walking, especially, I mean, both of my legs are kind of numb, but especially my right one. Like with drop foot, you can't put pressure on your heel, right? And if I'm honest with myself, for a long time, I've been walking on the balls of my feet, like that. I'm almost on my tiptoes. I don't know. Anyway, this might have been going on for a long time, and I just kind of brushed it off as, oh, it's something to do with I broke my foot, and right, because I've had a broken right foot and a broken left ankle. So I'm thinking, oh, the nerves or whatever. So, anyways, I know it's serious. I know I'm not having a stroke. So, I mean, this started a while ago, but I'm hoping it's not. But there's nothing, if it's a pinched nerve or something's wrong with my sciatic nerve or anything like that, right? That's like therapy and stuff, and none of that's happening right now. So, but yes, I definitely have to go somehow and get an MRI or a CT scan or I don't know, something. But I've been taking B12 supplements just in case it's like, it could be a B12 shortage or things like that. Um, but literally, if I sit down a lot, like that's what I was saying to my mom, like now I can sit down and I'm literally sitting on bone. In my whole life, I've never been like that. I've lost. Ah, anyway, so there's that. Another fantabulous news, but I don't, it is what it is. Hi, Dina. So I have gained 10 pounds since I've been off work, which is an absolute good thing because I mean, I've lost hair, my friends. I have now, I mean, obviously, when I was sick last year, I was so malnourished. And then since coming 6 months ago, coming back out of the hospital, I have not gained any weight. I gained 10 pounds in the hospital on an IV of water weight. Then I lost that again and probably lost 5 pounds in 6 months. Um, my eating, it's hard to explain. Like I do not have an appetite anymore. And it's just so strange. Like I've lost a complete emotional attachment to food, so I guess that's a blessing. Like I what? Um, but I have gained 10 pounds since I've been home. Like stress for me, obviously, stress doesn't help anything. So what as my neurolog, whatever's going wrong in my drop foot and all that, and stress at work is definitely not helping. So I have gained 10 pounds in the past couple of weeks, and kept it on. So that's a good thing, because here I never in my entire life, never would I have thought about gaining weight, trying to gain weight. But anyway, that's another thing to deal with later on. So this is inspiring. I need to put this book close somewhere. So what I thought I'd do today, I'm going to get a chair. So if you remember, behind me, you've seen in prior videos, I have, my apologies if I haven't said hello to any, if I missed anybody. But yeah, drop foot, my friends. But I didn't it took me a lot of, and you shouldn't Google your symptoms or whatever, but when I was trying to explain to people, I'm like, it's like when you're running in flip-flops. Like I didn't have the actual words to describe what I was explaining, right? Like I'd never felt such a thing before. And like how it first started out, I just felt like my shoes untied, like I can't but it's pretty frustrating. Not like I running, forget it, because I can't put any pressure on my heels. um so I'm going to try to stand more and stay off my butt. I was talking to my mom about it, like I need like a standing desk or something. But I don't know. I think it's just the way I sit and the way I cross my legs, because my whole life I've been a leg crosser, and I cross my right over left leg, and that kind of would be where the sciatic nerves are. All right, get my chair. Speaking of sitting my bony butt, we're gonna sit down here. Oh, you know what else happened? Last complaint for today, my friends, and then we'll be all positive. You know what else died? My Keurig. It's a sad day. I had to bust out. I had to bust out the French press this morning. This is so this was it my second Keurig? You remember when my Keurig died? I think it was what, 2 or 3 Christmases ago. My first one, and then I bought this red one, and yeah, it'd been slowly dying. Like you could hear the motor, like that in the Keurig, that final push, that it hadn't been doing that for a while. So, am I loud, guys? Tell me what my volume is like, because now I'm closer to the camera here. So I knew it was dying. Finally bit the dust, my friends. But and let me tell you, of all as you guys know, that bad boy, I got my money's worth and more. Even if it was 2 or 3 years old, like I used that bad boy at least 3 times a day, every single day. so, so I got my money was worth out of that $100 or whatever it originally cost me. So I don't know when I can buy another one or what I'm gonna do. So French press at the moment it is. But seriously, that's one appliance that I use. Like I got my money's worth out of that bad boy. Both of them that I've had. All right. So I have all these jelly print. I'm gonna put this over to the side. I have so much room on my desk. So now it's about more planning about where I'm gonna put stuff and all that. All right. So behind me, what I was saying, I have my old IKEA shelf, right? The 3x3 shelf that I've had for the entire time I've lived on my I moved out, so 20 something years. So right behind me, it sits behind me in my desk, and I have 2 dedicated shelves that I like to keep journals, like work in process things that I'm working on, excuse me, that I can just turn around, and those 3 particular shelves, I can just turn around and reach for whatever journal or project or whatever. So some of these are empty. Some of them have stuff in them. Some of them are super old. Some of them are, we're just going to go through it. I'm going to sort, obviously, because now there's so many over there. There's no way that I'll be, oh my word. Good morning, Carrie Ann. I'm going to need a cushion for this IKEA chair, I'm pretty sure. All right. So let's see what I got going on. And I'm going to sort it. And that's, I was thinking yesterday when I was doing my table, I mean, that's all I can do is like one section at a time. Jean, sounds good. Thanks, Jean. My poor coffee. French press. All right. So let's see. I don't even know. I'm scared. I'll do this shelf that has a lot of empty things first. Oh my word. Yeah, I'm going to be putting a lot of these things to the side because let's just take it all off the shelf first. I don't know how much of you guys want flip throughs. Do we want to talk about? What do we want to look through things? I'm just going to take everything off the shelf and clean off the shelf entirely and then put everything back on the shelf that we want. Sound like a plan? Let me see. First, let's fix my camera. Hold the phone. Hold the fort, my friends. One moment. All right, I'm gonna have to put it back up under one of those books, I think. Let's see. All right, guys. If you get motion sickness, look away. Turn it off. I have to start shuffling. I have to lift my camera because before, like I'm saying, when I cleaned it yesterday, I took it off of a bunch of things that was on top. So now I have to put some more things back underneath it. Let me find what I want to put underneath it to raise it up. There's got to be a better way. There's probably, since I bought this stand, excuse me, what do you call this bad boy? Tripod. There's probably like monopod. There's probably like a whole bunch of other things that I could use that's better now. But all right, I've got to raise it up. Okay, guys. Avert your eyes. This is some who knows? Some low budget productions over here, my friends. Okay, hold on. All right. Use what we have. Okay, and I gotta shift it this way. Nope. This way. Yep. I don't like the angle of it though. All right, we're shifty. We're a little shaky. Little shifty, little shaky. As long as it stays up, we should be safe. All right, everybody have your seatbelts on. Keep your hands, keep your legs and arms inside the stream at all times. That looks better. Well, maybe it would help if I turned to a page that had something on it to see if we can, see properly. Might help. Might help. Hold the fort. Almost there. Oh my gosh. Okay, try not to cause any crackle-inches up in this joint. Let's see. Oh my word. Good morning, Jane. Let's see. It's my coloring book. I haven't looked at in, I don't know, 5 years. Looks half decent, eh? Does that look good, guys? Does it look wonky? like distorted? Does it make you dizzy? Makes me dizzy because I have to see it backwards. That's a big thing I'm gonna have to get used to streaming again, is looking at myself. Where's Linda? Some blue Christmas bells. Looks good there. Awesome. Thanks, guys. All right. So let's just start getting a pile. What's on my shelf here? Take everything off the shelf and go from there. So you're gonna see a lot of empty. Oh my word. Some poppy pods, Joyceage. Some PTP poppy pods. Morning, Mary Beth. What the heck is on? So, like I said, I obviously have not looked at this shelf in a very long time. Don't judge. This is a judgment-free zone. Judgment-free zone, my friends. No. Hey, judge me all you want. I know that I have a lot of stuff, and yeah, it is what it is at this point. Oh, never did finish this, my friends. Do you remember that? I started this in Burlington. Oh, 8 years ago now. Never did finish it. That's a WIP in progress. I'll put this over here. And if you remember the symbolism of this was when, before I broke my ankle, these were the brushes that were in water in my art room when I broke my ankle. And then because I couldn't go to my art room for months, after I broke my ankle, these all like dried up in the water. Anyway. Dun, dun, dun. What do we have? Corget. Okay, so like I said, I have not looked at this shelf in a long time. What the devil? I'm almost done with this shelf. Random binder? All right. Let's see. What do we have here? Call it done and hang it out. Yeah, Jane. Yeah, I bought these toned gray and toned tan when they were, well, Didi had some, but then they were on sale at Michael's. They were on clearance, I remember. But absolutely nothing going on in those bad boys. So, what I want, okay, I'm going to put the books that have absolutely nothing in them in a bag because I want to go back to these shelves, like I said, being work in process. And we have some up you can never have enough file folders, I suppose. Not in this group anyways, apparently. All right, look at this. Celebrating National Coloring Day. This is old. That's at least 3 or 4 years old. Recycle that. So hopefully everybody's having a wonderful Tuesday. And we have, this is, ooh. Okay, let's look at this. So I guess we jelly plated on some corrugate. I must have been wanting to make a book of some type. So there's a whole bunch of crusty bits. I tested my camera too. Like I said yesterday, I cleaned it. So I wonder if it's going to focus nicer now. So I must have made this to fit uh, those books like I had yesterday. Where is one? Where is one? Because with my jelly plating, I like the Canson XL Mixed Media Journal, the 9 by, what is it, guys? 9 by 11 or something like that. Sweet goodness, I've got things dropping everywhere. I think I made them. Nope, it wouldn't be fitting those. I don't know. What can I do with that? Happy Cinco de Mayo to everyone else. Last night I actually, because I thought, oh, it's Cinco de Mayo. What does that mean? Sorry if that sounds ignorant, but I didn't understand. I wanted to like, okay, I knew it was a celebration of some kind, but I didn't understand the history of the celebration. So I researched that last night. That was interesting. A little history lesson for myself. And then I had, so we must have been making, well, this one has holes in it. This one I punched holes in. Why would I have done that? Joyce said, did you take notes on this stream? I mean, I've got two of my favorite, but why would this one have holes in it? Was I making a, oh, they both have holes in it. I punched holes in them to ring bound something. Good morning, Suzanne. Now, see, this is where I don't know what to do. Is this something, it's like, is this where I continue on? Do I pick this up and make something out of it? Should I give it away as Happy Mail? Would somebody want something like this to create their own book out of? I don't know. I need to create, same as this. We need to create a, we need to decide what to do with this later pile. I think. Yeah. I don't remember why we were making them. It's old. All right, back to this. What's this? A little book. I think Ange gave me this book, if I'm not mistaken. But that's one for one of my Midori things. So that's going to go in the empty one. What else we got? Okay, we're going to flip through that in a moment. Oh, I did buy these during one time. Well, it brings me joy to look at, Mary Beth. But, like, I love looking at my own art. Is that... I love looking at some crusty bits. Is that... But, you know... That's pretty. But it's like, okay, am I going to go any further with it? But I do have these type of file folders, too, that have all divided up file folders. 12 letters. Put that over here. All right. We have a Dollarama sketchbook. Dollarama sketchbook. Oh, what do I have? I have some stuff in here. Hold the fort. Does it look wonky to you there? Hold the fort. What's going on? What do I got in here? All I did was swatch some Prismacolors in it. And then that's it. Well, empty one, so put that to the side for a moment. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. That Mimi Bondi Secret Stash Mixed Media Background book. And this is the type of thing, we talked about this a few years ago when we first got it. For me, like this book is made, you can cut it out, use it in collage, whatnot. I love looking at things and saying, hey, I have that stencil. And there are Julie Faye Van Balzer Crafter Workshop stencils in here. Or that I've seen. But I love looking at it and saying, figuring out how I can recreate something like this. Right? Or not how recreate it, but I'm like, oh yeah, so they started with that paint and then they added this and then they did that. It's more like, you know, if this was different supplies, it could have come out right out of my own books type thing. But it's beautiful to look at. I love this type of, this to me is just as inspiring as a book with, you know, words. I just like looking closely at things, even when I'm looking at other people's art in journals, I not just looking at the art, but I look at I've always been an observer like of the supplies. Not just I don't know how to explain it. Like I'm like, oh, I see you use that type of paint and you did this with that, and oh, that looks like a spray. If I remember correctly, this wasn't a cheap book either. This one's called Secret Stash by Mimi Bondi. Mixed media backgrounds. It's awesome. Beautiful, inspiring book. It was a few years old, so I don't, like I said, I don't know. I don't know if it's around, not around, but that's a beautiful book. So now we need to put another pile for books, because there seems to be a few on those shelves. All right, what do we got? Ooh, my big. Okay, let's move some rulers over here. Morning, Debbie. Well, I don't think it's this year. I heard they were talking. Didn't Joan say yesterday that she got her or a credit for her tickets? All right, but I do have this. This is a Foxy fix. Oh, look, it's all stretched out. I'm gonna have to fix. I've got lots of elastics. I'm gonna have to take that off. This is a Foxy fix cover. This is pure leather. This was a little bit of money. So if you're looking at Foxy fix, don't judge. It's pure leather. But I did have a couple of books in there. We'll put that off to the side for a moment. I don't need that on my shelf. Oh, what do we got here? So I have a couple of, because on this shelf I did have it separated kind of by watercolor and sketching. This shelf I did have originally had watercolor and sketchbooks on it, and then the shelf above it, which we'll do next, had all my mixed media like art journals, that type of stuff. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. So this is a moleskine, brand new watercolor journal, absolutely nothing in it. This one has stuff in it. So this is older. Is this a moleskin? I don't think this is moly. Who made this one? It's not a moly because it doesn't say moleskine on it. I don't know who made this one, my friends. Oh, this was the original swatch book I had. Dr. Martin's Synchronatic Transparent Watercolors. My original set of Neocolor 2s. My original set of Koi watercolors, Inktense blocks, art bars, Derwent art bar, Inktense pencils, some core. These must be my no idea. So what I can do, see, like stuff like this, because all of this is in another book now. I have swatched every bit of this, what's in this journal. So, I mean, this is good watercolor paper. Whatever book this was, this is some good paper. But I'm going to have to tape that bad boy there. Like there's some good working in here, but I don't need the top part of it. Recycle this. Joyceage, what abstract? This one? Oh, that's another thing I was going to talk about. When I was cleaning out my wallet the other day, I found this one. This was, you know what I was doing with this? These were Jane Davenport the Jane Davenport when I first got the paint, the watercolor brush paint pens or whatever the heck they're called. So anyways, in my wallet, I found, I'm not even kidding you, my friends, at least 50 American stamps. Like I have so many stamps in my wallet, not American, like not US stamps, but Canadian stamps that have enough money to send to the US. So, especially as I'm cleaning, I think every day I'm going to do a little giveaway. And it's going to be a like ease me in, like I don't, it's not something that I have to go to the post office. I already have the stamps. They're in my possession. I have to check my mailbox every day anyways. When you go to the mailbox, I can mail something at the same time as I'm picking it up. But little things like this. So so I have those envelopes, and it only costs $1 or whatever it is to send, like if you have to go to the US, a little envelope that's like what, 4, 5 by 7 or whatever. Those, in the past when I've done little random act of kindness, I think some of you guys have got them. They're just little 5 by 7 envelopes. That would be something fun to do. But only it's not going to cost me any money. I already have the stamps, right? I already have the stamps. It's a nice way, easy myself into the, get myself out of the BAM club. So I can do that. I can, if that's what if somebody's interested in all the little bits and bobs and doodads and little pieces of my art and collage stuff, it might be fun if somebody wants, every day if we do a little random act of kindness of things I collect on stream. Let me know what you guys think. All right, so now this book's empty, so I can put this in my empty pile for later. Because that's one thing I have a lot of, my friend, are little pieces of my art, collage pieces, jelly prints, random stuffage. Joyce, my Joyce. Do you still have the same address, my friend? All these years? Good morning, Peg. Good morning, Janice. Just something little, right? I already have the stamps. There's no excuses. I got to go to the mailbox anyways, right? And we can put it together in an envelope here if I need the, what's the word I'm looking for? Accountability. I'll do it live. Put it in an envelope. Good morning, my friend Mickey. How are you? Good to see you. All right. So look at this. Oh my goodness. This is another. Does anybody? This is something again I can send for like $1. I remember when we bought these at Dollarama. How many I have? Blank, empty. And I mean, are people even coloring anymore? Maybe I should just like donate these or something. I don't know. We need to put this in a I have no idea what to do pile. No idea what to do. Originally, like 5 years ago, I bought them to give away. But that was like a long time ago. I don't know if people, I actually, with these design originals, these things, and when we go into my art journals, like my work in progress art journals and stuff over here, like these are the perfect size to color and cut out and put on an art journal page. That's why I like these little guys. They were at Dollarama if everyone, they were only like what, $2 or $3 or something. I can't remember. It was a while ago. All right. Some of my favorite, we got some Cancer Mixed Media watercolor journals. What do we got in this one? I'm looking forward to watercoloring again, my friends. I guess I'm nervous. Like my hands, I said yes, like I mentioned yesterday, my hands haven't hurt in a long time, or been numb or anything like overnight. I guess because when I went doing different things, right, different jobs at work or whatnot. But I guess I still though am afraid that if I start drawing or start painting again, that I'm gonna. Anyway. Let's just go back to this. Schminky. So this, me, I love me some swatches. So this book is going to be staying close. Oh, yum. Oh. Just looking at this makes me excited. Oh, look at that yumminess. I don't know what a swatch in there. So if anybody wants some of those books, you send me a message. Those are my, an expensive, a watercolor set. There's some Reeves. Watercolors. More swatchies. Oh, look at the granulation. That's one thing I found yesterday too when I was cleaning off my desk entirely. I found the I have the Winsor Newton granulation medium. I actually never watercolor medium. I never tried it. These were those Paul. How do you Paul Brandts or something? I forget now what they were called. As you can tell, I haven't looked at my watercolors in a bit, unfortunately. So that's a swatch book. We got to keep that close because, you know me, that's one thing I will always do and always love. My other Cairns, I love these Cairns Mixed Media 7x10 watercolor books. But I love this 7x10, I guess because it's the size of a comp book. I've always liked this particular size. Paul Rubens. Thanks, Jane. Thanks, Cheryl. Paul Rubens. Yeah, that's what those were. And the other ones were, it's in a blue one. They were expensive watercolor. Crap. So expensive, I can't remember the name. That wasn't Schmenky. Anyway, let's look at. I forgot about this. This was what. Oh, I just love it. This is all Anna Victoria Calderon. Oh, I need to buy her book. Oh, anyway. Not think about that right now. She is so inspiring. Like when I found her on Skillshare, this was before she had about, I don't know, a couple years ago. I absolutely love her work. And she was very, very such a catalyst for me, anyways. Mission Golds. That's right, Artful Dabbler. Those were my mission golds. Yes. Magello Mission Gold, same thing, right? And I started another one over here too. But I love that fragmented type of look. These are some Daniel Smith, my favorite. The gemstone ones. I could just swatch forever, my friends. I love looking at this. And this had some Daniel Smith, the iridescent blue. I hope my lighting's okay. Can you guys see? It's hard for me to tell on my screen what you guys see. I'm going to have to go look in the recording. But there's the iridescent blue mixed in with some of those colors. And I love like the wet on wet versus water control. Oh, I loved all this stuff. Did me some trees over here? Or what I was doing. Ooh, look at that. Oh, that gold from the... Dang. I'm going to have to look at my watercolors just to remember all the names. I can't even remember the names of all the sets I have. Oh my God, that's terrible. Drink some coffee, Paula. Oh, that's so bad. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. They'll message me on Facebook Messenger, Cheryl. Oh, and I was doing some geodes. This must have been... I did that class too. Oh, where's Patty? Dang it. Patty, what was the name of that class? I forget her name. But anyways, I love these Canson Mixed Media. And now they sell them at Mike. Well, Michael's beside me. And so it's always good to get them. Not Canson Mixed Media. These are Canson XL watercolor ones. I like the Mixed Media ones too, but the watercolor, they're 140, cold pressed, 140 pound. Not the best watercolor paper, but for what I do, like my little swatches and stuff, I love Canson Mixed Media. So that one's staying on the shelf. What do we got here? This is a sketchbook. I'm a little nervous. Should I open it off camera? This is old. I'm already ready. So I started this when I broke my ankle. So still on the couch. When I just started watching Blade, when I met Dina here in the chat, I can remember way back then. I hope he's out there doing well somewhere. So you can see I did this little, it's just a sketchbook, get over it, and just draw already. I did this little gecko guy February 7th, 2013. So 7 years ago. I was quite proud of that little guy at the time, because you know me and drawing, my friends. We've talked about that a lot. 2013, things around me. So I can remember Blade talking about, I don't know if he was talking about Gregory, Dan Gregory or something. And there's Bella, my poor attempt at Simon. Don't look at Simon in his boxers. Then this was September 12th, 2014, 2018. So this is definitely something I could use. I think my frustration with the Canson XL Mixed Media Journal is the coil, not the smaller size of the book. Oh, because I was doing that sketch when I was doing that little sketchbook every day. I have some scissors there. All right, so we'll put this. This. Where should I put? What pile should I put this in? Because it's got some things in it. It's definitely something I want to work in. I do like, because you remember I finished that one sketchbook that was in this format. I don't know where it is at the moment. This one needs to go into the I don't know what to do pile. That one needs to go. Morning, Shauna. Morning, Gail. Yeah, empty pile. Good. That's a good idea. Dina. All right, and oh no, I've got a little really big notebook. So you guys know I have a few of these bad boys. Where's my other one? I saw it yesterday. I have a ginormous one. That, of course, you know, thanks to Dee Dee and I bought it originally, I think around the same time. She has a black one, and I think. And then I saw the little guy. Well, the little guy has absolutely nothing in it. In fact, it's like this bad boy. It obviously it got bent up on the shelf. Poor thing. Poor thing needs to have some books on top of it. But everybody likes a thick book. But this one I do have some stuff in. This bad boy needs like a new cover or something. Good morning, Pavla, or good afternoon to you. Wonderful to see you. Long time. But this one I've had for a long time as well, and then I didn't use it. So if you can see, this says April 2017. I was doing doodly stuff on here. From 2017 April. So this is 3 years ago. And I was using markers. I was practicing like patterns or something in here. Yeah, April 11th, April 13th. So, excuse me. I was using up some Adirondack markers. Adirondack? I always say Adirondack. Old Adirondack markers. So this type of thing inspires me too. When I was using stuff up, I was enjoying doodling. Like even going back through this now, it's to me, it's fun to look at. And I was just using up old stuff. I wasn't doing anything like random whatnots. Good morning, Glenda. Good to see you, my friend. How are you? It is so wonderful to see everybody. I am so blessed. I'm so blessed. So that was I'm up to page 56 on that bad boy. So there's a lot of room. And I like, anything that's thick. And then at the back, this is, if you guys remember, is where I had more swatches. Like, doesn't everybody swatch their Crayola crayons? Doesn't everybody? Polychromos, Prismacolors, different Inktense. So I have swatches in the back here. all my old Zig Writer and Stampin' Up! Brush markers. Tim Holtz Distress. Derwent Color Soft. So, I really need to cover this somehow. How can we cover? I need to think. Anyways, this is going on a shelf. This still inspires me. I still like those type of things. This is something I can pick up and like this is something that inspires me and I will use in the future that I enjoyed working in and I still like looking at. Now this guy's empty. He needs to go in the empty one for now, but there needs to be a few books set on that bad boy for a drink some coffee. Thanks, Cheryl. All right, and then this bad boy. Is everybody ready? Again, one of my favorites. And everybody, oh, I can remember going downtown with Carrie. If you're out there, if you're listening, my girl, hope you're well. Uh, um, we went downtown that time she came to visit me, and we went downtown to the Korean, the Korean area in Toronto to the Korean like stationery stores and stuff, which is awesome. And there was an art store downtown, and they had this because this is that big. What is it called? Where's Dee Dee when you need her? Big giant sketchbook or something? I forget now. And they had them there because they were expensive at the time. They weren't on Amazon Canada, and to send it like this weighs. It's huge, and to send it to Canada from Amazon.com was atrocious. Anyways, I got it downtown. It was fun. Let's see. It's so ginormous. So we'll see what I got going on in here. Now, there's some funny things in here if everybody's remembering. There's some funny things. So this is hard. Like this is so big I can't even get it into the screen, my friends. Like I don't know. I wouldn't be able to stream with this. The power was out, so I drew from a magazine ad. A little wonky, but I didn't use an eraser. I used Dee Dee's woodless graphite. Oh, Dee Dee gave me a woodless graphite in 8B when I visited her, and like one that she actually used. I still had Smudge with Finger, March 3rd, 2015. That's not decent. So I've got more swatches. That's when I was doing. Morning, Eileen. I googled a pig face. 2015. Remember when Dee Dee did these ones? And then I think and Kathy. 2015. That's where I swatched all my Prismas. More swatches. Oh, that's it for this? Oh, mate. Oh, yes, because it was the other book that had the other funny stuff in it, not this one. So, yeah. That's it for that bad boy. And this, it's already, I barely used it, and it's already falling apart. But this bad boy, morning, Carolyn. Good to see you. How are you out there in Ottawa? I love this book, though. So I visited Dee Dee in 2011. Wow. Almost 10 years ago, Joyce? Isn't that amazing? So I'm going to keep that on the shelf. That's something that I want to have at my thing. Like that's the exact type of those books are the exact type of ones that I want behind me on my shelf. That if I want a little inspiration or I want something to do to get myself going, I can sit down and pick up one of those books and either just get an old marker and start doodling like I did. So if you remember this stream, I did these I do not like the way they turned out. These were with my stencils and molding paste. I'm absolutely tempted to scrap these. I don't know if somebody wants, like, there's molding paste on here. Like, they're panels. Joyceage, would you use these, my girl? Would you turn these into some type of book or something? You could add your own stuff to it. Oh, That's the funny thing that I'll never forget. When Jeannie and I we're in our art room, we're going to, hanging out, and we were when I used my baby wipes on that stream because I streamed from Dee Dee's house live. Is that still up? That was a Ustream stream, and we had my baby wipes and Dee Dee's baby wipes. Oh, that's a wonderful memory, Joyce. And we were going to send Joyce. I think Dee Dee sent her those baby wipes, and we mixed in whose were mine, my baby wipe, the ones I used, and the ones Dee Dee used, and to be able to see if Joyce can figure out which ones were my baby wipes and which ones were Dee Dee's baby wipes. Oh, good times. Yeah, Dina, you streamed. Those were the days. The days. Remember I was so scared to come on YouTube. No way did I want to stream on YouTube. Not a chance. Joyce didn't answer me. All right. What is this? We have a little The Way of the Buddha. An illustrated. I must have bought this for collage. The illustrated. Damn, I can't pronounce that, my friends. My apologies. Well, to reuse them, Kathy, I could. I mean, I could repaint them all over, right? But it's got molding paste. These are Dollarama things, right? Like, I'd rather start over and whatever and have somebody like Joyceage or somebody else that turn them into a book and add their own art to it, like a collaboration. That's more exciting. But I must have bought this book. Oh, I did. As like for collage, all the little collage elements. But although this might be some good, let's do a random learning of the day, shall we? Well, I don't even think I have a Ustream anymore since. Well, who knows what this over there? Let's see. 251. There is no fire like passion. There is no shark like hatred. There is no snare like folly. There is no torrent like greed. I guess that's something. I guess I needed to hear that message today. Universe, what are you trying to tell me? There is no fire like passion. Yes, I have passion. Okay. There is no shark like hatred. I'm trying not to hate. Do I hate anything? There's no snare like folly. There's no torrent like greed. Well, let's mark that there. There's obviously some me that's deep. Deep, Kathy. That's deep. I don't even know. That's deep. So, let's put that off to the side for a moment. That goes on my book or collage shelf anyways. That's not on my work in progress shelf over here. All right. Here's a binder. What do we got in this bad boy? Probably nothing. I think all I have in here are a binder of nothing. A binder of... Oh, what's back here? It's not nothing, my friends. We've got something back here. Keep the passion, get rid of the rest. That's right, Caroline. Got some common watercolor things in here. All right. Who sent this one? I'm going to try to look. Just by looking at the... I'm not looking at the chat in case somebody who sent me this is in chat. Just by the writing, do I recognize that writing? I think this is this Jane's writing? Zen doodles on it. Ribbon, my art. Okay, let's see who it is. Anybody have any guesses? Anybody? No, please don't hate me. I can't remember who sent me this. Whoever did. Somebody that does Zentangling. And somebody... Let's see. It's Janice! Oh my god, of course it's Janice! Oh, I feel so bad. Of course. And I'm like, I know that writing. Who's... of course it's my Janice. I must have had this. See, this is the thing, right? You lose stuff like this because you put it in a binder, which I put on my shelf, not knowing I put pocket pages in it. Janice did these little Zentangles in 2014. Oh, I'm so sorry, Janice, not Janet, Janice. I'm sorry. Oh, I knew I recognized that writing. My wonderful friend Janice, I miss you so much. I think about you guys a lot. That's fine. So I know I have more pocket pages. I got one from Debbie and her granddaughter and all that. Debbie Boring. So we need to keep this not on the shelf beside me because most of it is like obviously I had binder stuff for some type of binder thing. So I've got more pocket page typey things. So I'm gonna put that over there when I find my other pocket pagey thingies to put that in there. Wonderful to see you, Dina. See my message on Twitter if you want Animal Crossing. All right. What else have I got down here? Next. Okay, so that was it for that like sketchbook watercolor shelf. Now I do have a lot more other books floating around everywhere, like we're especially watercolor sketchbooks by the couch. Um, so Janice, I love you, my girl. All right, so that's that one shelf. So all I have left on that shelf are two Canson Mixed Media XL watercolor journals, the freestyle really big notebook, and the very big sketchbook. Do we see a pattern here? Very big. All right, so now this is the shelf that has all of my work in process art journals, mixed media books, all that goodness. Some of them are empty, some of them have stuff. So I do have, there's a Strathmore. This one's watercolor, which is why I kept that. So is there anything in this one? Oh, there's watercolor paper in here. No, empty. Put that in the empty one for now. Oh, look. Oh, the little on the Yupo, the tree on the Yupo. I need more coffee. Or am I shaking? Can you tell? Are you being sarcastic, Ange, that I'm shaking? I've had too much coffee. Yeah, remember we did this little tree on the Yupo paper? I think this was one of the very first things I did on Yupo. Do it on Yupo, my friends. I found my Yupo paper yesterday when I was cleaning off that shelf behind me. Put that is in like my art, like completed art section I need to put. I didn't say completed, but that's something that needs to like either go in a journal or something. Oh, my cup is looking, yeah, but see, now I'd have to go boil the kettle and, oh, but this life is so hard. Boil the kettle and clean out the other thing. All right, so if everybody, let's see, how are we gonna, this is one of my favorite things, my friends. There are very few things that I've done, like this thing keeps moving, that is like, I was impressed at myself for thinking of it, or not thinking of it, not the right word. But when I did this tree, when I glued that these pens, when I figured out these empty pens fit exactly on this Dina Wakely, the Dilutions journal, I love how this turned out. It's heavy as heck, heavy as heck, but I just love it. I love it. This is one of my absolute. Sorry, that was I don't know why. My crocodile decided to make an appearance, jumped out of the bin over there. I think the crocodile wants to be used. So what I did though with this, I took out most of the book. And I don't know if you guys want to see this type of flip through. This actually I will. I'll discuss what I did here. So I removed everything out of this book. This was the very original first Dilutions journals that had the bad paper. That had the rough. They have since changed. Everything's bad. But remember the first run, it was like, no. Or the second, whatever happened. It was the one that had the rough paper. So I did gut it all out. I ripped out stuff. So a few years ago, if you remember, so now it's more just like a portfolio, I guess. But a few years ago, I went through a whole bunch of my Canson mixed media journals that had, a lot of junk in it, like some stuff, some not stuff. And I took out some of my favorite things. I recycled other things. And, well, the journal's exceptionally heavy now with the pens on top. That's for sure. So what I did was I ripped out some of my favorite things and what I want. So I don't know if I want to bind this into a book. Let's go back, Paula. Start that sentence again, or thought. So I decoiled a bunch of Canson mixed media journals. Right, I got my cinch over there. Maybe one day Jean will try to teach me how to use it again. Uh, that cover was the inspiration of the Posca roof in my Fibville drawing. I don't know what that. Put something in my hand. I'm pointing with it. Oh, sorry. Anyways, I decoiled Canson mixed media journals, and took out pages I liked. And I don't know if I want to rebind them again, like repunch the holes and rebind them, or just put it, use this more like a portfolio. But these are some of my favorite, whether it be jelly prints or art journal pages, or obviously everybody knows this is one of my favorite prints ever. This is a type of thing I should scan. And make a book like that. So oh, another one. Remember when we did this? Oh, I love this one. Oh, yum, old crusty pants. Look at that. Watercolor house vids. All right, thanks, Ange. I shall. Oh, remember this was the very first time before somebody else perfected it. Remember the magazine transfer? We did it as a flopportunity, and I'm like, what the heck? How? And I could never recreate it, no matter what I did. Since then, I mean, that was a long a long time ago. Since then, everybody else has perfected it. But I can remember doing this in particular and being like, how can we do that again? And never could. It was a flop. Oh, yum! Oh, I just want to eat it. Ooh. And this one, remember when we did this? And there's a PT Potty Tolly Parish Poppy Pod stencil from istencils.com. I'm sure it's still being sold. Other stuff. This is old, my friends. Oh my gosh. Some of these were from Burlington, a journal that I had when I very first started art journaling. So I kept some of these. Oh man, do you remember that? 2014. So 2014. What else is in here? So some stuff, I ripped this out of the book. Some stuff. So some stuff is my favorite stuff. Other stuff's obviously. Oh, this is ripped right out from when I did the Dina Wakely class. Morning, Janet. And when I did that Dina Wakely class. Morning, Darla. Yeah, we won't talk about that. But I did like this background. Oh, my favorite page. Or one of my favorite. Do you remember this street? Man, this was another one. Like some of those times when you have ideas for pages and it just comes out perfectly. Oh, this was a fun stream. How's the diet going? Flock you. That Halloween stream. This is still up on YouTube, my friends, if you want to see it. Thank you for the wonderful Eileen for giving me the Tim Holtz Crazy Birds there. So this was October 2015. So 5 years ago, we streamed this live. I do love how that turned out. how, how he's on the branch going down. Oh, I love this page. I love this page. Bye, Caroline. Wonderful to see you, my friend. Yeah, this was fun. I remember doing this. We colored it with the. So I've had 5 years. I've had those clean color brush markers. Oh my gosh! Drink some coffee. That is. My friends, this is embarrassing. I probably have not used those brush markers since this page. That is shameful. Okay, next. Can't think about it now. Can only move forward. Oh man, do you remember this, Eileen? This day that Eileen forced me to use the water alcohol inks. Anytime Eileen, it's like Janet Magicals. Eileen makes me get out the alcohol inks, and it's bad news every time. Bad news every time. Every time. So this is from Stencil Girl um, blog post I did. Oh no! Sticky stuff. Rats. Oh no, right off of that one too, the one I liked. So that's still up. You can watch that. Oh, I need to glue that bad boy. Oh, I do have a... Okay, we gotta be careful over here. I gotta get out of a wax candle. Morning, Devon. Oh, and everybody's favorite stream. Are we ready? Now, if you want good laughs, my friends, there's 2 videos up. Pam Carricker, the wonderful Pam Carricker. I wonder what she's doing these days. Does she have any books out lately? I don't know. I got to meet her when I taped my DVD in Colorado years ago. Um, we did that book club Wednesdays when we were following along, watercolor, neocolor. So yeah, go check out those videos. It was good times. You'll learn a lot about neocolor 1 versus neocolor 2. Yeah, go watch that video. We got some lacking cracking. No, this was cracking, not lacking that time. Oh, that was good times too. That was good times. See, and that's why, like, I have a good memory. I can remember this, but maybe 10 years down the road, I won't remember the story behind these pages. So I need to figure out how can I, store some of these things. Like, obviously it's not done. Like, I never did glue this down, but I want to finish it because this was important in our journey, like in our journey together, my friend. This was a story. And I don't even remember what date it was, but it's all that is a recorded video. That's still up on YouTube, both of these videos. So I could go back and find that. Waiting for spring. Remember we did this? I don't remember if I put a date on that bad boy. I have been trying Joyceage, my wonderful friend Joyceage. Oh no, I did put a date on this one, June 6, 2015. So again, that was 5 years ago. Oh my gosh. I feel like where has the 5 years in Whitby gone? Like, anyway, I can't. Future. All right. Oh no. So I live in a humid climate. Oh no, this is bad news, my friends. Hold the fort. I need to get out a candle. This one we did for my Stencil Girl blog post. My stacked books. But this, I had to deconstruct this book because like I said, it was the first one that came out. It was absolutely terrible. Oh God, look at that hot mess from when I was at Dina Wakely's. This again was from Dina Wakely's class that I took years ago. Again from her class, that Faces class. Oh, remember when we did this book club one? When we reviewed book, this was fun. I don't know if you guys want to bring that back. Do we want to bring back a book club where, I guess my entire streaming career for the last 10 years, we've always done that type of books. Like, we should move to Edmonton. It's very dry. Oh, Alberta. Oh, wonderful to see you, Devon. Hopefully everything's going. Oh, Fort McMurray. Man, there's sadness going on over there. Anyway, that might be fun. Maybe we want to start that back up. I've always done that. Like, of course I've always been interested in books. We did that a lot in Burlington. I think. I mean, remember one of the first ones we did when we all did the like 5-second, was it 30-second? Remember when we did where is, I wish Linda were here. Has anyone spoken to Linda recently? Is she doing okay out there in Nova Scotia? That was fun. I might do that. But remember when we did the very first one and it was that list? What was that book? Oh, dang it. It's in the dark side of the room. The Kaleidoscope. Thanks, Jane. Yes, the Kaleidoscope book we did very first, like 8 or 9 years ago in Burlington, and we had all that. That particular exercise might be fun to redo 10 years later. Welcome to this. Yeah, Linda White Holloway. Linda. That might be fun to go back 10 years later and recreate that. I bet you somewhere around here I can find some of those things I did. That might be a fun stream to do. I know. I need to write. Where's D? I need to write that down. You'll be like, write that down. I'll forget it. Because I obviously still have Kaleidoscope. Not that I don't have another millions of other books that we can't do another a different one on, but it might be fun to recreate that after all this time. This was from our black gesso tutorial, one of my favorites. So these were from also Canton Mixed Media Journals. That again, like I said, oh boy. Okay, this is bad news. Awesome. Maybe I should reach out. Yeah. So remember, we this is from a Canton Mixed Media Journal we did. While I was here, still in Burlington, or not Burlington, so here in Whitby. Remember this page we did? Coffee sleeve with the stuff and the nice flowers. And this was just a smacking dragon, but it looked like an elephant. Can everybody see the little elephant? Oh, freezer first. Freezer. What did I miss? Can you hear my stomach making noises? My apologies. Morning, Dee Dee. We're going through some going down memory lane today, sorting some stuff behind me. Little by every day, I'm doing a little by little. I'm inspiring myself. Oh, remember this? This is one of Jane's favorite things. I loved this technique. That what book? Oh man, I think the more I stream and the more I look at everything, you guys know I have a good memory, and I'll start looking back and I'll remember where this type of stuff comes from again. But that was a fun technique. I really liked how that turned out. We have those are PBOs, I believe. Some faces. Because I have so many of these Canton Mixed Media journals that I had to consolidate them all. Good morning, Elaine. Oh, Ustream. We got over here. Oh yeah, I'm roasting. We did that page. Oh, so hot that summer here. Last year wasn't too bad. Let's hope we don't have another hot summer like that. So most of this was from Christmas 5 years ago. Jingle bells. Yes, I'm sure the blue balls are around here somewhere. They're probably in here somewhere. Some DD inspired faces, sketchy faces. Random looking fish. Work. I love me some Rihanna. Oh, some testing. We have the Distress Black ink and the Dilutions Black ink. My coffee. Drink some coffee, Paula. 2016. Oh, look at how yummo that looks in the daylight. Let me see if I can. My hands are too shaky this morning. Caffeine. They gave me a scratch card. Ooh, that's pretty too. Ooh, remember this this thing? I believe, I want to say Glenda gave me this piece of. My memory's gonna come back. Don't worry. Oh, I love that little collage. Little work thingy we got going on here. Randomness there. Oh, here's a chipboard. Like if I decided I wanted to rebind them, but I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know, Pam. I don't know if people would want that. If Stencil Girl would even be interested in that. I don't know. What I want to focus on now is doing art for me, and wherever it goes from there, it goes. So I do have cover. I kept the covers, I guess, so I can rebind. I have the coils. I mean, I have my. Hopefully, it's not seized. I haven't looked at that bad boy in 8 years. My cinch there might be seized. I mean, well, could be seized. Could be seized. Ooh, look. Our elegant writers. You know, little crusty bits. Some packing tape through a stencil. And this was just the stuff I kept out of it. So I must have recycled a whole bunch of some watercolor things. Draw a cat, he said. Oh, Blade. Let me tell you. I wonder if he has that up on YouTube. That Jonathan, if you're out there, my friend, I'll never forget that CB. Or those of us that are in that live Ustream that night when Blade did that page where he ripped it, and like we all like it was the most original stream I've never been more surprised in a stream. Oh, that was wonderful. Anyway, this was a book club from when we were doing. It was one of the Mary Beth Shaw books. This was from the map book. One of the books from a map. And this is how old this mixed media Cancer Mixed Media book. This gesso versus no gesso. That video. How old is that video, my friends? From 2010 or 11. That's an old video. Some black gesso ghosting. Work in progress. Random. Oh yeah, gesso versus no gesso. Another one from our book club Wednesday nights with again, I believe this was from one of Mary Beth Shaw's books that we did that one. And then black gesso technique again, black gesso ghosting. So I don't know, like this is a lot of, so I can see like what I did. It's all Dee Dee's fault making me deconstruct all my books. I'm blaming her. So anyways, I don't know what I want to do with that. That's kind of like, I guess most of this I would say is finished art. I don't know what finished is not. Yeah, it's finished. This stuff is going into my finished pile. And I do like to I'm one of those people that I love to have my completed art journals close to me as well. Like I don't want to put them in the dark side of my room. Like I like to have some of my finished stuff. I love to flip through my old stuff. So, which is why I love to work in art journals. I love books. I love you guys know me. You know what I love. So we did do that. Now I do have a video on this. Turning why does that look like it got wet? It really worries me that my room feels damp right now, and a lot of the things I'm pulling out feel damp. Like, maybe I need to do a dehumidifier in here. Ooh, remember this? We did some windows. So, this is where I need to make strange decisions. Let's flip. So, I have more than one of these coloring books. I do enjoy coloring. I do like the pictures in here. I have colored in here. And in fact, this is one of the first, things that I really, started, practicing shading with colored pencils. I have glued in, things already. I guess what I need to do is put all of the journals that I have that are work in progress, that I have things in. Like for this one's no colored pencil. That's just marker at the moment. But I have to say to myself, am I ever going to pick it up in color? Right? Am I going to, I mean, I can turn this into an art journal and, like I will never color this, but that doesn't mean I can't. This particular book has good paper. It's not like I can't just with a bad boy and good morning, Vicky. Wonderful to see you. Because I can't see myself taking this out because I would want to keep this, right? I love the way I colored these type of things, So I guess I need to just put this on my, like I was so proud of that. November 17th, 2015. Learning my shading techniques from Dee Dee. So I do have look at that. There are finished pages in here, half finished pages in here. And I have another version of this book. Well, we won't talk about coloring books today. That's another topic. So I think I'll put this on this is going to go on the shelf with my other sketchbooks that do inspire me for now, I think, because I think this is a book that I think this was the book I will use in the future. Maybe I won't be coloring stuff, but I can work in it, I think, in the future. I do like the size. I really like the size. Like the size, the paper's cool. Oh, that was like the very first thing I tried to shade. So this is important for me to keep anyways, and maybe finish some of these pages. Look at that. Like I must have spilled coffee. Well, there's a shocker. Spilled coffee on something. No, that doesn't happen. And I colored that's a nice one. And then this is all from, like I said, 5 years ago. But I didn't do any. So in the last 5 years, my friends, really, I have not done a lot of art. But this is a video that I do have a video on this on YouTube's. It's actually a pretty popular video. This one is a calming therapy and anti-stress coloring book. But there's different ones. There's a bunch of different ones. But it's got a nice hardcover. There's a lot in this series. There's a lot, but I do like the paper of it. It's bound, like stitch bound. We did a little thing there. So I'm gonna put this on my, work in process journals, ones that I will pick up from. I just don't like the way that stain looks. You're welcome, darn it. But there's a bunch of different ones. You might be able to find one for real cheap these days. All right, now what is this one? Anybody bored yet? Am I boring anybody? Is somebody supposed to be streaming right now that I'm stepping over? Let me know. Yeah, Ange says she saw it at Ollie's not long ago, probably on clearance. Like it's an older, like I said, it's over 5 years old now. Yeah, I think so too, Jane. So look at this. So here's my newer version and there's something in here that's damp, my friend. Everything I have feels damp. That's not good. Maybe it's in my head. I don't know. Anyway, there's lots of things in my head. This is a newer one with the good paper. Look at that, yummo. Woo, woo. That just slapped me in the face, my friends. That's my surprise. Good morning. Good morning. So this was my brand new one with the good paper. So that's gonna go on my shelf. Because I do like working in that size and I do like that paper. That's something that I want to work in the future. All right. Let us see. Now we're going to get into tinier things. We're going to get to what Janet said. Uh-oh. That means something, Janet. I know what that means. That means I am. All right. I've got this random book. I think this must have came from Club Scrap. Where would I have gotten a random book like this? A long and narrow. Anyways, there's nothing in this bad boy, so that's going to go on the who knows what to do with when later book set pile bag over here. So this shelf also keeps some of my most precious possessions and books and things. You're going to see a couple here. And some of these books obviously have been made and sent to me by very special people in my life. Um, some of who aren't with us anymore. I can already see it here. So, uh, yeah, so this is a very special books. And, I've treasured a lot of things. Everybody knows I'm not a hoarder. I'm a treasurer. I'm an art treasurer. I treasure my supplies. I treasure my books. I treasure my journals. But we're going to use some stuff too. Don't get me wrong. Uh, so a lot of people over the years have sent me very precious things. Very, very everybody that sent me stuff is precious, don't get me wrong. But people have spent a lot of time and made me some very wonderful things that I have never used in fear that I'll mess it up. So some of these things may have had for 10 years and I've not put something. I have something here that has been here for 10 years and I didn't put anything in it. But I want to use it. I want to give them a place of honor. And we'll talk about when we get closer to it. So speaking of the first place of honor, the wonderful Zandra made me this book. Um, this is made out of this what do you call this stuff, my friends? Can't remember. I have some of it. Eileen made me buy it. Oh, it's out. It's behind me. I bought a whole bunch of it. But this is the black paper from Dilutions, the 8x8 Dilutions journal. Craft text. That's right, Sherry. Oh, thanks, Sherry. How are you, my friend? So wonderful to see you. So wonderful to see you. Avad. So Zandra made me this. And so she did this in March 2016. Little quilly stuff down there. I believe she has a video on this. I believe she did this live, didn't she? I don't know if she did on YouTube though or Ustream. And so then she did that page and I was practicing different, pens and I still have all my brush lettering stuff and all that. So this is chalking or something. So she made me this little book so I could test out the black Dilutions paper. That's wonderful to hear, Sherry. It's so good to see you. Think about you lots, my friend. And I was using up brush, like I used up a whole brush marker on this one. Doodles. Oh, look at my niece Rachel. She made me this March 13th. She did this at Jack Astor's 2018. Oh yeah, we went to Jack Astor's, which is a restaurant here. Awesome, one of my favorite restaurants. And I brought this so that my mom and I could talk, and Cindy and Rachel, my nieces, played. That's not chalking. This is Dilutions paint. I'm pretty sure that's Dilutions paint on there. I can tell because I put it on the thing. Oh, look at the Easter. I guess for some reason I thought that this would look nice in this book. So I did work a lot on this wonderful book Zandra gave me. Again, this is a lot of the dilution, and I'll say it. I've said it a million times since there's something different about that. There's a lot of paint on the market, my friends, and now she changed it. I did see that online. Dilutions, she put it in a different bottle or something, and it's not the old thing. I don't know if that means the formula is different, whatever, but there is something different about Dilutions paint, unlike any other paint I've ever used. This is my niece. Quotes people say in her Pringle Creek public school. Nah, fam. Not today, Satan. Not today. Bye, Felicia. Okay, boomer. So I'm like, I'm not a boomer. I'm Gen X, but whatever is in your way, eat it. Auntie P, Sid the Kid. And I did all this doodling on here, and then I could go over it and with paint. So Z made me, the wonderful Zandra made me that wonderful book. So we want to keep this on the shelf right behind me at arm's reach. I have craft text, so I bought it. So how long ago did I buy that craft? Anyways, I've never used it, don't know how to use it, but I have a whole freaking roll. And if I remember correctly, it came in this ginormous box. All right, the second precious journal. This one is from the wonderful Nell, who I have seen recently on Facebook. I don't know if she's watching today. Um, so if it, Nell made this watercolor, and again, I especially at that time, like for me, I felt it's so precious. I can't use it. It's so precious. It's so precious. You know what I mean? So beautiful watercolor. So I want to give this a place of honor, right? Nell took a long time to make this. She put her heart and soul into it, and I want to put my heart and soul into it by using it and giving it a place of honor, right? Like for me, I'm like, oh, I'd rather use a Canson, a $7 Canson, mixed media or XL watercolor journal because I don't want to waste, like I don't want to mess this up, this fancy thing. But I'm gonna put it to the side. I am. These are these type of things is brings me joy, and it's what I need to use. That's right, Janet. Even if it's swatches, they're not, I was almost said just. It's not just. Even if they are swatches. I love swatches. Swatches aren't just, it's still art. So I think that's going on this shelf. There's and then a couple more. Let's see. Everybody remembers this one from Fiona when we did the Secret Sister swaps years ago. And she made again, like, look at this, the poor guy. She must have, when she did this with for me, and this was a long time ago, right? Like, I mean, the amount of, like, look how precious this is. Like, I have treasured this so long. Like, look, my friends. Oh, thanks, Janet. Like the embroidery she did on this, and then so she, look how she sewed the book, and it's supposed to go in here like that, so you can use the book like separate because she had the tip outs. I believe it was Fiona. I'm 95%. Oh, I'm going to hurt somebody if I don't have that right. I believe it was Fee that had me. I'm, oh, if I have that wrong, I'm going to feel so bad about myself. Sometimes all that matters. Life's moments. I'm nine. No, is Fear Julia. That's right. It was one of the two, Sherry. It might have been Julia. Who had the the car tied to the tree? I love you guys if you're watching because I know Fee shows up sometimes. Fee shows up sometimes. It was Julia. Oh, I have not seen or anything Julia in a long time. I mean, I Fee maybe in the last, the three wheels exactly, Joyce. Oh, Julia, if you're watching, my girl, I'm so sorry. Uh, yeah, I haven't seen Julia in a long, long, long time. Fee I've seen maybe in the last year. Like I might have seen her in a stream or something, but Julia. Oh man, those were good times. But that I had Carol in Oklahoma was she had me and Julia. That was a wonderful. I mean, the boxes that we did in that Secret Sister swap of friends with Laurel there, those the very however many years ago, that was a intricate swap. Like people really put their heart and soul. We all did. We really, that was a wonderful swap. So there's another precious journal that I want to use. The next one, everybody knows this one right away. And I have done some artwork in here over the years, but I just saw on Facebook because I was on Facebook looking at something today. I needed to contact somebody I used to work with, and I saw Laurel post that yesterday was her birthday. I am the worst person, absolute worst friend in the world. Laurel, if you're watching out there, my girl, we love you. We miss you. We hope you're well. Hopefully, your mom and dad or everything's all good. I haven't spoke to Laurel in a very long time, so hopefully she's. I haven't spoke to any of you in a long time, so. I have some very, very wonderful and close friends here that I've met in the 10 years I've been on Ustream and YouTube, like real life friends, and not, you know, anyway. So the wonderful Joyceage sent me this book many years ago, April 2012. Joyce, is that, did her? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I hope not. Um, Joyceage sent me. Was it? Is it that long? But because I did do some work in here when we were in Burlington. So tired. So these are the type. Oh yeah, that's an older page. That was when I this was a few years ago. So Joyceage made me these wonderful. These are your paper bag, plastic bag papers. And she made me this beautiful. And this was made by, I call her Joyceage, but the wonderful Able to Rejoice here on YouTube. You can check her out. She has a YouTube channel. She streams Wednesdays. Able, the number 2, Rejoice. Beautiful. So Joyceage made me this book. Another one that I really want. This, it deserves. Oh, The Secret Sister. There was 2 of them. Yeah, the first, April 2012. A long time ago, almost 10 years. Really, Jane? I did not know. Oh my God, I better contact her. I'm the worst. Oh, that hurts my heart. Ooh, no. I better talk to her. Right. And last, but well, not last. Let's continue on. We have, hey, now Zandra. A lot of people have sent me a lot of wonderful things over the years. Z has sent me more than one beautiful, wonderful. Everybody knows how wonderful Z is. We don't have to. Everybody knows how wonderful and talented and generous and beautiful. What a wonderful person Zandra is. She is Scraps to Beauty here on YouTube. Please check her out. Scraps to Beauty, by Zandra. This one is, again, 2015. Look, she a little, because I call her Z. I'm Canadian. Everybody knows, and it's Z. But for Z, Z is Z. Even though I say Z, Z is Z, and I'm P. And so again, she made me this book. Oh, look at this. Again, this must be made out of craft tex. And then she used, this is when she got my stencils from Stencil Girl Products. You can still buy my stencils on Stencil Girl Products. Uh, so she used all of my stencils in this book that she made for me, which is just like that. The amount of time she must spend thinking about other people. Like, she is just absolutely, absolutely wonderful. We all love Z, everybody. And look how cute. So all the coffee stained, and there's Tim Holtz things, and the wonderful piece of dust. The paper clips. Like, I can spend the next year streaming, just working in these beautiful books that other people have sent me. Never mind all these Canson mixed media ones and cheap ones. Like, I could spend years just doing on these in the little ones. So she inked them all for me. Oh, love that paper. So I can remember she gave me some. I can't remember what it was. I remember her streaming. Oh, that was a long time. Well, it was 5 years ago, so I can't remember why. And then she gave me some little goodies in here. More of that paper. So again, like, I have such special freaking things that I need to use that I absolute treasure. So why am I stopping myself? This is what I don't understand. When it comes to self-sabotage, I don't and then I probably need counseling, and YouTube's not the best place for counseling, my friends. But why I self-sabotage, why I deny myself. It's like, Oh, why would I don't want to use this beautiful thing. I'll go use like a like a $3 book from, not even, I'll go use a Dollarama 50-cent composition book before I'll use something. I don't know. I need to some cognitive behavior therapy or something to work that crap out in my head. So that's going on the shelf behind me. Let's see. I do have one more extra special book, and not to and it's, I think, on the dark side of my room in my bookshelf. I don't know if I have it around here. It might be on a different shelf that I see, but I do have a very very special watercolor book, journal that was embroidered and made for me by Dale. Oh, I'm getting emotional thinking about it. I do see Dale's daughter every so often on YouTube, or excuse me, on Facebook. Um, may she rest in peace. Dale made me a very very special watercolor. Like, Dale was such a talented uh, quilt, like art quilter, and I've treasured that book for 10 years. But it needs to, stuff like that needs a place of honor. Like, what good is it for me to keep it on a shelf empty for 10 years? Doesn't make any sense. Why do this to myself? Why? I don't get it. Anyways, we love you, Dale. I guess I'm just so blessed that I was able to meet her, that she was able to come to Burlington. We got to go to lunch, and and she was able to go on that Mexican vacation, and she got what she wanted. But anyways, I need to find that journal, and we are going to give it a place of honor, give her a place of honor in our hearts, and work through it. I just gotta find it. I think it's either right behind me somewhere, but it's so jammed right now. I don't know if it's behind where I have like my art, like on the top shelf. It's hard to see where I would have put that book, or if I have it. We're gonna keep working. Well, let's go on. Next book somebody's made me, the awesome Janet. Janet made me this little book. Yeah, the full moon postcards. Remember the postcards she did with us, Julie? Exactly. Hi, Julie, by the way. Oh, dear. Oh, when you're off your meds, this is what you have to actually live emotions, my friends. Oh, I'm a hot mess. Welcome to YouTube. This is why. This is why I go away. I don't like. I am the leader. I am the strong one. I am not to show weakness. Dee Dee, where's? Let's change. Look at this. What I found yesterday, Dee Dee, cleaning off my on top of my unit here. This is how we met, Dee Dee. The very first thing Dee ever sent me, and how we met her. Let's. She made this on my niece's birthday, 10/10/10, on Rachel's birthday. She wrote, "Thank you, Paula, for all the inspiration, Dee Dee." One of her first art things, and this one's all glazed. And remember when she did her spackling? But I always had it. I found it yesterday because I had it. I always had it in front of me on the the stamp pad rack that I use that my camera's on, if people have seen it, right? Uh, and so it was on top of that because I always had it sitting up. Like when I was in burning and stuff, I like to keep it. Like it's inspiration for me. I keep it up so when I look up, I can see. Ooh, that does not like that. Sorry, guys. Sorry for the tears. Nice. Oh, all right. Whew. Yeah, that's the one thing. Sometimes you have to. I'm. You guys have known, and I guess maybe that's why I've had so many people that have been around for so long. Because no matter what, you see with me the good, the bad, and the ugly, my friends. Whether it's my mental health, my mess in my art room, my mess of a job, my mess of a life. Like, you guys have seen my faults, seen everything. I lay it all out there, my friends, and good, bad, and ugly. Whether it's while I'm creating, and it's the same philosophy. I've always believed that I am never been the artist that's I'm going to show you my fantastical, beautiful, finished work, and never the process on how to get there. I've always shown you the good, the bad, and the ugly, and working through the uglies and all that type of thing. But I have to, as I said, I'm not self-medicating anymore, so I have to feel these emotions, work through them, go through them. Know what I mean, Vern? Speaking of know what I mean, Vern, is Kathy here? Kathy Bird, Kathy, look, I have all these special spots. I just found this special one. I need to put that on something special. Um, Anyways, Janet made me this beautiful book with her mosaic. Um, Not perfect pearls. Eileen's gonna yell at me because I can't remember what magicals. Oh, thanks, guys. So she made me this little book with her magicals and a little paper because you know us, we love us our Midoris and Foxy Fixes and all that goodness. I still do. Rubber band books. I don't care if it's made of leather. I have the ones that are $100. I have rubber band books that Dee Dee taught us how to do, made out of corrugate. I love any type of book like that. So ah, there's that. Let's see. I do have some finished projects on this shelf. I don't know why. I guess I need to put this over on a different one. Everybody's seen talking about file folders. I really like this. I did in the past couple of weeks that I've been off work. I've done a lot of thinking and writing in my journal. Like, uh, um, I've been writing about like what has made me happy in the past. What have I done? Things I have done daily in the past. When I think about times where I have been in the right mindset. Hey, Safia, and I have been, morning Marion or afternoon by now. And I was trying to write down like what are the things during these times, what are some of the things I did that I really enjoyed, like daily and so when I did these Midoris back in, well, we'll see some dates here, but when we did these Midori inserts, when Midoris first became popular, before Jane Davenport got hers and all those sizes and whatever, when it was just Midoris, and we did this March, so 5 years ago again. Dang, I really have not done much art in 5 years, other than watercoloring. I do have a lot of books you see sketching and watercoloring, but really, 5 years ago is kind of the last time I really did mixed media. I guess if we could be honest, because so we remember this was all streamed. This was a file folder, folded one that who is Dee Dee Willingham here on YouTube. We all were obsessed with years ago. And there's pockets, and this is where February 2015. So I was doing little mixed media optional pages in my Midori, 5 years ago, and I did it daily, and I really liked. This was March, so I did, February, then March, and then I could have put April in here. So I just did. So originally I had this insert in my Midori, right? And then once it was filled, then we made this book on stream, and then I put it in here. But this was one of the things I wrote down last week of when I think back over the times, what did I really enjoy doing daily, and what really inspired me? And doing this little bit daily, I really enjoyed. That was one of the things that I really liked. Um, Pocket Calling Carrie. uh, so I did really extra spicy kind of day. And some of my favorite pages are, and when I do things daily is when I get some of my favorite things. Downtown with Carrie Love. See, this is what I was talking about. So 5 years ago is when I would have bought that ginormous, very big sketchbook thing. Is when we went down there. So I really enjoyed, and a lot of this, when we made these books, I didn't start with nothing. We started, like, these books were made with mostly jelly prints, right? From, uh, and then I just added stuff to the jelly prints on top of it. And this book was also, I was working, like, for example, this page is a Patty Tully Parrish Poppy Pod stencil from istencils.com, and some of her Poppy Pod stamps in the background there. She's Patty Tully Parrish here on YouTube's. But I really like, so this would have been a subsidiary, like a different page I was working in from the bigger page, a different page and a different art journal. So assemble projects, March 6th. And we did the poppy pods and the little tip outs, but I really enjoyed this little thing. Little watercolor bird I did. And I used old stuff, debug the body. I remember Eileen didn't like these ones. Eileen didn't like this Snot Wars one. Do you remember this? So what if I stream with a... Doesn't everybody stream with a Kleenex shoved up their nose? Like, I mean, if your nose runs, what are you going to do, right? you got to place on Snot Wars. So it was more like a little daily thing. Yeah, so I really liked this type of thing where I did something little every day, and then afterwards, I put it into another book. March 8, 2000. So I did a lot of haven't done much mixed media art since 2015, my friends. So that's kind of depressing, unless I have another book and I can't remember. I don't know, really. But that's fun. So this doesn't need to be on the shelf behind me of my work, the books I'm working in, but I want that'll be on my finished shelf. Let's see. Oh, we need to pick up the pace over here, my friends. This is getting out of hand. And I have two of these. I think these are Strathmore. Some of these ones were when they originally came out. So yeah, this is old. This is a watercolor, and it's only got. What am I going to do with this, my friends? It's only got 3, 4, 10 pages in it on a coil, like. And the pages already have, like, this is old. This is some. Not even 10 pages if I take this out. I think this should just go into the recycling. I mean, I don't know. What do you do when you have 100 blank journals and work in process? What do you do with a book like this? Yeah, I don't have too many videos. I haven't really streamed the last 5 years, so it shouldn't be that. Would I? But let's be real. Like, there's literally 5 pages that are blank and 5 pages that, like, I think it needs to be recycled. Don't you guys think? It's good paper in here. I mean, it's good, sturdy something. But I don't. That doesn't need to be in my life. Not when I'm not gonna pick up a book that doesn't. When I have all this other stuff. No. All right, that was it. And then, because here's another one. This one isn't the same paper though. Like, these Strathmore journals. Do they even still make them like these, my friend? This must have been mixed media paper. Oh, Jane, recognize this, Jane? That's that ink that we shared from the Queen's Ink. So this is I'm going to call this an empty book. I'll put this in my empty pile for now and worry about that later. What is this? Finnebar Vintage Vanity Art Journal. Oh, I think Chisandra sent me this. I have a lot of these books too. Ones that I have treasured. I have one in the closet. Oh, it might not be in the closet. It might be around here somewhere. I have one that I from CHA, and I'm not calling it CHA. I don't care what anybody says. When I went to CHA back in 2002 or something like that, and I remember I got this book. Anyways, I have a lot of these books that have things in them. I love things in books that come out, and you know what I mean, Vern, like pages and I love envelopes, all that type of stuff. So I really treasure these type of books. I have a hard time using these type of books too. Cloth Paper Scissors. Was this book based on the Cloth Paper Scissors magazine? My article in Cloth Paper Scissors, or the one in Pages? Oh my god, some of those articles are so like my article in Pages magazine and my article in Cloth Paper Scissors. Anyway, I can't remember. So I want to say Zandra gave me this book. This is a Prima, a Finnebar one. I don't even know if they make these, but these are my favorite types of books that have things in them. So this is brand. Oh, look at this beautiful paper. So this is a brand new one. What would you do? Should I put this on the? And this one came with like thingy-me-doos. Should this go into empty journals, I don't know what to do with pile, or should this go on to, this inspires me, one day I should put this behind me pile? Oh, can you hear my stomach? The folder thing I had, no, I don't really got anything to do with cloth, paper, scissors. That folded, that book I just had, the folder book, that's a Dee Dee fold that I just decided that just happened to perfectly fit the Midori. Like, Dee Dee taught us how to fold those accordion books like that. Or was it Laurel? Or both? Or I don't know. It was a long time ago. But oh, one of these was my cloth, paper, scissors book that I sent them that had my work. Well, that might be true. Anyways, what do you think I should do with this? This should probably go in the empty book pile. It's got nothing in it right now. I've got other thing, empty pile. We'll go in empty. Think about it later. All right. I do have a lot of, and I continue, and when I think of mixed media, nothing, I'm always going to have leftover, leftover journals, things that are going to be beside me. This one I made out of Lush paper bags. So when I'm doing mixed media, I'm arting, I always have a leftover journal beside me to scrape paint in and whatnot. And a lot of these, that's what they are. Like, they started from jelly plates, jelly prints like this that I bind with my most fanciest bookbinders, the most fanciest bookbinders thread available, dental floss. So I like to have these type of books. So that's going to be behind me. I like this size. This one's a lot more complete. This one needs to be completed. Like this is like a 75%. Yeah, we looked at that one yesterday. So these are going to stay on the shelf. I like this size of book. We need these. These are inspiration. That's how I art. All right, what else? I've got these random things. What is this? Ange, I want to say Ange sent me this. Somebody sent me this. It's a black book with very thin black paper. Somebody sent me that. That one put in the blank. It's never been worked in, so it's going in a blank pile for now. This says Stencil Girl on it. I don't know why. This has some gessoed paper in here. So that's a stapled book, the size I kind of like to use. So that I'm going to keep that one for a leftover journal. Close to me here, empty one. We've got some graph paper. This has seen better days. Reversible, 4 square and 5 square. This has been and there's some of those stingradoos. I printed dang it, those are for planning. What do they call them? Like you were supposed to like say, okay, between 12 and 1 I did this, and between like if you're interested in the file folder thingy, try cloth, paper, scissors, January, February 2011. Isn't it my article, Joyceage, or another article? I can't. That's terrible that I don't remember what article I wrote. So, graph paper. I guess we can always use some graph paper, but I don't need it right behind me right now. I have a comp book. I don't know what's in this comp book. We've got some direct to comp book jelly plating, crusty bits. Some of these pages are glued together. I remember I scrunched up some pages. I was using leftover markers. This was a few years ago. Some of it's gesso. There's markers. So I have jelly plate. I did like cleanup prints. I used distress paper. Obviously, it got wet down here too, like really wet down here. No thanks, Joyceage. Oh, good. So I don't know why I was again doodling. I went through this phase. Does everyone remember? Like I was on the couch, and it was a few years ago, and I was using. Well, you know me. I was in this grip on how to I had to use up old stuff. Like I was just using up markers. I don't know. So this is my attempt at Dee and Bren's fluffy book. I don't know. So for some reason, yeah, this really got damp somehow. Oh, look at that. I think Dee would be proud of me for that one. Definitely Dee inspired there. Dee's such an inspiration to us all, my friends. If you have not, I'll say it again, if you have not checked out Dee Willingham here on YouTube, prepare to spend some time watching. So yeah, this is inspiring. Obviously, I like this type of thing. This is another good type of leftover journal where I can just flip and look at what that did with that. This is fun. This type of thing. This is good. I mean, I have all my. Oh, and for those of you who don't know, I must say our wonderful friend Joyceage here in chat was published before I was. I love you, Joyceage. I do have that. I do have that book. If anyone also doesn't know, Joyceage, I think probably don't think was one of my first ever viewers. My first ever viewers 11 years ago. Love you, my Joyceage. And one of her it was an ATC, right? That was in cloth, paper, scissors, was it? She always used to bug me about that. Hey, Claire, I was published. Not that. Don't get me wrong. Let me step back. Get off my pedestal over here. I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else because I was published. No. It's an inside joke between me and Joyce. That's all. That's all. However, I was very blessed to be published multiple times. Don't get me wrong. And I enjoy writing. And hopefully one day, you never know. But for now, don't worry about that. I'm going to do. So this really inspires me. Patty gave me this book because she hated Patty gave me this thing. So that's inspiring. That's keeping close to me. All right, my friends, we have another random binder. What is in here? So this must have been an inspiration. Again, you see a lot of Dee inspiration in my. So this was Dee Dee told me to get a binder, so I got a binder. Not just teasing. So I have different things in here, like you can see some of for Liquid Text and PBO and different brochures from art companies. And I had different random stuff in here. Oh yeah, here's some stuff. So like I said, Dee Dee tells us stuff to do. Over the years, I have learned so much. Well, from all of you. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Dee Dee always says she's not a teacher. I think it's BS. I'm almost going to swear. Welcome to YouTube. But I have learned a lot by not just watching Dee, but observing her behavior. So look, when she showed, remember Dee Dee, when you first showed us this, what? So it would have said 2014, a long time ago. I mean, Dee Dee showed this multiple times, but how she uses magazine, this was really eye-opening for me, really, really. And I kept those. And in fact, one of them I did, it was fun because I gessoed over it because I use Sharpie, right? She showed us how to do this. There's other videos we can link you to later. You go to Dee Dee Willingham, you can find all this inspiration and more. But then I gessoed over it. And because, as everyone knows, Sharpie comes up through gesso or craft paint or anything like, or any paint, then I was able to color other things. It was fun. So I did. That was a learning with those. So I kept that. Oh, see here, look. So then you can paint over it, and the Sharpie goes right through it. But she was showing us, and it, because drawing, my friends, like when Dee Dee showed us the book Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain, and I started reading it, and then I really like it. It really changed. Anyway, remember so this is when I first tried. It was September 4th. So 2014 was when we first started reading The Right Side of the Brain. I never finished it. I read the whole book. I didn't finish the exercises. But what I got out of just reading the book, it changed it just reading that book, my friends, even if you don't do the exercises, reading like the theory behind it and all that stuff, that really helped me. It opened my eyes about how drawing isn't a talent. I mean, people are talented, don't get me wrong. It's a learned skill, right? And it's a drawing is about seeing, not drawing. And once I learned that, like, mind blown. Anyway, and then this is a Dee Dee inspiration binder, obviously. Remember we did this? So all of this you're seeing is when we first did. So Dee Dee's done these a few times. So even though these original ones were done on Ustream, I know Dee Dee's done a lot of these exercises, and her like this is with design seeds and stuff, her little swatchy thingy-me-doos. She's redid those type of shows again on her on YouTube now. So if you go to Dee Dee Willingham on YouTube, plethora of inspiration, my friends. But that's what, if you see that, that's where a lot. But I know she's that you've done this exercise since this design seeds type stuff, since it was on Ustream. And why did I paint that pear? For some reason, I look at this pear and I think of Jane, and I don't know why. It doesn't matter what video you pick on Dee Dee's anyways, because you're gonna, if you don't see this particular exercise, she's teaching you something else that's going to be just as inspiring. So even if you don't find the absolute right whatever video you land on, you'll learn something and be inspired, my friends. So just get on that playlist and start looking. Oh, so that's when we first got Golden Open on my jelly plate. That was when the jelly plate was still new, and it wasn't, there was no book and people didn't know everything and blah 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 blah. You know what I mean, man? So Dee Dee told me to get a binder. So I got one. I got some stuff in it. I used it. Ooh, this was my that's old. I stamped this. Oh, well, when I first done Stampin' Up. These are Stampin' Up inks, the original inks from, 2001 or something, a long time ago. So that's it for that binder. So we're going to keep the binder. We're going to keep the binder on the shelf. We never know when we want to add to and this is a good sturdy binder. We always need a binder. Dee Dee tells us to have a binder. Binder needs to be on the shelf. I like it. Let's go in there. All right. What is this? Is anybody bored? Does anybody else want to stream? Are we all good? Is everybody? I'm glad you like the crusty bits. You know what? The I that technique I really enjoy. I must say. People want to call it other things, do whatever now, but when I put that video out a lot of years, that many years ago, it was a very specific technique. All right, I have so some of this is like Ange sent me this, so I do have collage. Oh my goodness, Do you want to see me go through these things? Are you? I don't know if you. Oh my God, what is that? Oh no. Well, look. Now this is where you get nervous. What could possibly be? What pictures? What pictures? Thanks, Janet. Thanks. She's putting up Dee Dee's yeah, lifetime of inspiration. If you want to binge watch, my friends, go binge watch some Dee Dee. I'm telling you, if there it will be something in every stream. Just be careful. Put your bank card away. Log off Amazon. Log off Amazon, and you'll be good. So now, when was the last time any of us got photos done? Like this was from a roll, like actual film roll. It's got my name on it. I better open this off camera just in case. Who knows what's in here? Let's see. Oh, Dee Dee, Joyceage knew. We were talking about it this morning. Hey, bud, are you looking for Bigfoot out there? If you can hear me, I think she said 12, right? 2012. Joyceage said this morning because we were laughing, Dee Dee, about because Joyceage brought up the the baby wipes. I remember you and I were like, "Oh, we're gonna be sneaky. We're gonna mix Paula's Dee Dee's baby wipes with Paula's baby wipes and see if Joyceage can figure it out, whose are whose." So Joyceage, I want to say she said 2012. Oh boy. Oh boy. This was probably not this wasn't the envelope I wanted to open. Oh my god. Okay, so um this was from my last day in Burlington. uh this was the last day the plant was open when I lost my job. This was the union president, and it was emotional because in my union, when I was a safety manager, something there's a lot of times the union president and I didn't get along, and this was Frank. I don't know where he is now. This was a few years ago, and that day I can remember him looking at me and saying, no matter what happened, what in that plant, I always just wanted to keep people safe. It was never anything vindictive. I just wanted to keep people safe. My friends from Burlington. The plant shut down. Look at me. Oh my goodness. I haven't been that weight in a long time. Wow. Easy there, Paula. My bra is showing. Wow. I don't even remember those pictures. I don't remember taking them. I don't know who gave them to me, where those came from. Holy sweet. I'm gonna need a smoke, my friends. I do smoke cigarettes still. Not very many. I'll probably smoke a pack every 2 or 3 days, but dang it, that I need a smoke. I need a smoke. Ooh, yes. If you're new to me, I worked at a box plant for 20 years and lost my job when it shut down. It was my entire life. It was the job, I started when I was 16. Anyway. Holy crap. How many times can one person cry on a stream? Let's look at this envelope. See what we got. Ooh, testy tests. So as everybody knows, some of my fave things to do is and that's like anything in life. I'm an observationalist. I observe. I cannot turn it off. I'm always aware of what's around me, whether it's making coffee, what I do, or anywhere. Like I always love testing things, and this works with that. So these are my testy tests. This was pencils, color pencil on different mediums, golden matte medium and different things. Oh, I've got a little April goals. A little, oh look, when I was doing bullet journaling and stuff for my old Midori. That's not really an art thing. All right, what do we got? Some here. Oh, some old, when we first did some stuff with Elegant Writers. Liquitex Basics. Oh, watercolor crayons.